Howdy folks, good morning. I'm Alan Butler with Butler Contracting, and today we're here at our window replacement job. And I just want to kind of go through a few things about windows and window replacements on typical homes here in Central Texas. And what we've done is we've installed a vinyl window. We've done a whole window replacement in the entire house. Took out old windows that were existing. They were aluminum. Aluminum doesn't have quite as good of an energy star rating as the vinyl does. So we upgraded to a little bit more energy efficient window. On the energy efficiency topic, I'd like to also talk about window glass. Now, this is one big thing I see in builders, other remodelers, other contractors out there that do window and doors. You can go buy a standard window off the shelf from Lowe's, Home Depot, any local supplier, and most of them are going to have your standard, vinyl window with low E glass in them. Now, low E glass is good because it does have some insulation properties. It's better than the old aluminum windows with single pane glass that some people may still have. However, in our area in Central Texas, we really need a better quality glass than low E. What's rated in our area is actually a low E SC glass. And what SC is, it's solar coated. So these particular windows have a low E SC glass. So the SC glass is going to allow for better insulation, better R value in your windows to help it be more energy efficient and last longer. In addition, there's different types and qualities and styles of windows. Windows can be inexpensive, and you can still get SC glass, but the seals around them, around the window pane and the glass, they can break and become, dysfunctional or bust and break, and that can cause moisture to get inside and the gas to leak out inside the window pane, and that causes all that condensation in between the two glass panes. So we get a lot of calls about foggy windows, and people want us to come replace the glass. Well, we can do that, but also it's really related to a lot of times how the window is designed, the manufacturer, or how good of a window or quality of a window it is. So just some things I want to talk about on that front. When we install windows, there's particular ways to do it, and unfortunately we didn't get here before my guys finished putting all the trim on today, so I don't get to show you all the cool things that go under the trim. But when you put a window on, just for future reference, if you have someone over and make sure they're doing it correctly, when you put a window on, you want to make sure that it's getting shimmed or insulated correctly. We're foaming and insulating around the window underneath the trim. So that way we're making sure that air gap coming through there is sealed. You're not getting heat and cold air transfer inside and outside around the windows. Leaking windows are a big problem. If they're not done correctly, you can have a lot of energy efficiency problems in those areas. If they're not sealed properly, you can also have water damage as a long-term consequence, and that causes damage inside and mold growth and fungal growth and wood rot and all kinds of other problems, and even carpenter ants, termites, and woodborne insects. So you want to make sure that those things are done correctly. After the insulation and trimming and the window install is done, after that's done, then the window has flashing tape that gets installed. Basically what that is, it's kind of like an aluminum adhesive style tape that goes around the outside of the window, and it adheres to the vapor barrier and the sheathing on the house, and then you put your exterior trim on. And I'd like to talk a little bit more today about exterior trim because it's very important. One, if it's not installed correctly, it can also have consequences and cause rotting and issues in your house. Two, there's different types and qualities of trim that you can use and different options out there. Most customers, especially in new build homes, kind of get the lowest builder grade quality material out there, which is just the general pine trim. I'm gonna go turn that thing off for a second. So the pine trim we were talking about is one option. You can put that up. Now, what typically happens when builders or contractors use just a general pine outside, they're generally going to use a low quality caulking. They're generally going to use a low quality paint. Valspars, Bears, kind of just general house blended, national blended formula paint is typically what gets put on a house. We don't like to use that stuff because what happens in our weather conditions in Texas, caulking gets beat up, paint gets beat up really quickly, and we get a lot of variation in weather, and we have to make sure those things stand up to the elements and they're appropriate for our area. What we like to put in is either pre-primed wood trim that's kiln dried, so it's already dried out, it's primed and sealed, and that allows that wood to be more protected when we put it on the house. and it comes standard primed white, and there's also an almond color that we use. Those are pretty standard and typical. Now we can paint over those pretty easily, and they're already sealed, so you're getting a double layer of protection and getting the pretty color that you want. The third option, which is my favorite, most customers and clients never know about, and I get told this even when people have brand new homes, for example, 3, 4, even 5 years down the road, but I've seen it as early as 2 to 3 years. They already have rotten trim on their house and around their windows and their doors. And then they call me, they tell me they need to replace this stuff. They have no absolutely idea why. It's a brand new home, why we're replacing this stuff down the road. Well, it could be a couple things. One, pressure treated wood could have been used. And if they use pressure treated wood, that's great. It's a good exterior product. However, if it's painted or sealed right away when it's installed, it can lock all the moisture inside the wood, and it can cause a couple different things to happen. One, the paint can peel and flake, and because of the moisture that's inside of the treated wood, it can start to evaporate and exfoliate itself from the wood. So it'll try to leach out. And then if you paint it right away, it locks all that moisture inside the wood. It doesn't have anywhere for that moisture to go and evaporate. So it literally rots itself from the inside out. Most people don't know that pressure treated wood can still rot. And we see that a lot in water damage issues under houses with skirting and stuff as well. It gets a lot of moisture built up in there. And I've seen additions built 2-3 years, and they didn't have proper drainage and ventilation, and pressure treated joist under the house will be completely deteriorated and rotted. So it can happen with pressure treated wood. It's a common myth that it doesn't rot if you don't install it correctly. But back to my final option, because we got a little sidetracked there, that's a whole nother video for us, is the vinyl trim. And this is a PVC vinyl trim. We recommend using this. It has a 25-year warranty from the manufacturer. It comes white, so if you don't want to paint it, you don't have to. It could stay this way for 25 years on the wall. It is 100% paintable. If you don't like the white and you want to do something else, we could do that. Later on down the road, if it gets grungy or something, you should be able to clean it really easy with some bleach and water and get this right off the vinyl. It comes off pretty good. But if for some reason you want to paint it, it's 100% paintable. The 25-year warranty is backed by the manufacturer. We really like this product because it will not get eaten by insects. It's not subject to wood rot, fungal and bacterial mold growth. So if you're looking for a good option and you want to put something on that you don't want to have to mess with again, I would strongly suggest calling us and we come out and look at your house, and this could be an option for you, is putting the PVC vinyl trim on. So that's a little bit about windows and trim, and these are what they look like, and kind of some of the processes we go through. If you'd like to schedule a consultation, if you're looking at getting some new windows done or you want some trim done around your house, give us a call and check out what we can do for you, 844-6-BUTLER, or visit our website at butler.contractors.